Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Transformers Reanimated podcast. Today, we'll be doing a reading of issue 13. Food Court Fury.
Food Court Fury. Come on, man.
Yeah. It's written by
exclamation
Greg and
point.
myself with a beautiful cover done by Ryan Jett. Greg, how are you today, sir?
I'm good.
Mike, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back reading the scripts and doing the things.
We're glad to have you back because I think you're kind of a star of this one.
Yeah, I think so, because I was going to say, if you are not into Mike Sebiert at this point, just punch out now, because that's pretty much all you're getting. It is the Mike Sebiert radio show.
Oh, I am here. Hello. Sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We'll come back to you. You're late. You just hang on. Just wait your turn. How are you doing, Mike? What's up in the Mike world?
Oh, man, just, doing the thing, trying to stay out of trouble, occasionally succeeding, just kind of trying to navigate these COVID quarantines as best as possible. Just, every day is exactly the same, and, just trying to stay engaged.
I don't know what's happened to you. You're sounding really polite. Why don't you just tell the people to wear a damn mask?
Oh, yeah, wear a fucking mask!
There you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you don't want to be like Giuliani getting the Rona.
You can just end that after.
How did that happen? I got the Rona. I told people not to wear a mask, and now I got the Rona. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, he's so concerned about avoiding sunlight and garlic and like mirrors and shit that the Rona thing didn't really come into his radar.
How did this possibly happen? And now the political portion of the Transformers Reanimated podcast. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Greg, it's nice to hear you again. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. It's getting hot down here, though, I tell you. It's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
It's 9 a.m. and it's already like 85 degrees, which is I had to convert that for you guys because you don't know what Celsius is, but yeah.
So that's what, like 7 centigrade or something like that?
No, like 29.
7 degrees? Oh, okay. Not very impressive.
Well, it's 29 for our heat. It's about 85 for you.
Yeah.
This has been Old Man Temperature Corner.
Yeah.
Speak of old man temperature himself.
Is that Ryan I hear?
Yes, hello. Hey. I will say that this was a perfect one. As you said, Yoshi, that I illustrated the cover for this. This was a perfect one for me to do because, like, just memories of going to the mall in the 80s and 90s are very vivid and nostalgic for me. And filling in all the stores in the background was the highlight of me doing this, like Aladdin's Castle and all the Radio Shack and all that stuff. That was a lot of fun.
I have to tell you, when I went into my Photoshop knockoff to try to separate the elements and animate it for the trailer for this issue, this is the hardest cover I've worked on so far. But definitely beautiful. I had some quip I was going to ask you, like, so Ryan, how do you feel about this week's cover or this month's cover? And do you feel like the artist really nailed the essence of the issue?
I'm not a fan.
He's difficult to live with.
Ryan, you drinking over there?
Yeah. I mean, it's a day, isn't it?
It is a day.
Hey, it's like 6 o'clock
As
in
I
my
said,
time.
every day is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, this also, I think I said this on one of our recent episodes of the Autopod Decepticast, like, this holiday season, I get to live out my fantasy of being an orphan. I don't have to go into any familial gatherings.
There you go. Are you going to take the Home Alone approach?
Yeah, just setting up traps to murder people.
Yes.
But you are concerned.
I need help, and then
you are often concerned about home invasion.
It's true. I do like kind of low key set up Oh my god, this is actually true. Like little traps of like I'll put like something heavy in front of the basement door, so if it opens in the night, I can hear it scraping. Or like I balance a baseball bat up against the front door, even though it's locked, like quadruple locks. And no. Home invasion is definitely my mainly my only crippling fear.
Wait a minute. You triple lock your house, but the thing you put trust in is the baseball bat leaning against the door.
Because if they silently get through the locks, then the baseball bat will fall over and I'll hear it. Even though I have a loud fan going in my room and probably won't hear it and just be murdered in my sleep. But
with a baseball bat. They're like, oh,
yeah. Now they have a
He's like,
convenient.
oh, hey, I
weapon.
was just a regular home invader, but hey, I got this bat now. Gotta be a murderer.
Yeah.
I just tape a knife to the door. Here you go.
What a nice homeowner. Bash, bash, bash.
Let's get taken.
Thanks for this.
Let's get taken out by Negan.
God.
Okay.
Well, this is off to a lovely start.
Yeah. Well, I did. Sorry, just want to say one other thing. Like speaking of horrifying things, this like script also I really enjoyed because many of my favorite horror movies take place in like a mall or a commercial space, like the original Dawn of the Dead or Chopping Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Sorority Babes at the Slimeball Bowlerama, which is a real movie that I enjoy.
Paul Blart.
I
of the
saw
Comet.
Shopping Mall for the first time this year.
Oh yeah, it's very strangely named.
Yes.
Yes. Given is that there's not a whole lot of titular chopping.
No, it should be called Laser Mall.
Laser Mall. I like that. Better movie.
I thought you were going to say it's not a mall at all. It's a shopping center. Yeah,
I just like that.
Sorry, just to
just gonna
chime
say
in
real quick,
about the cover. It's I love the little like the Radio Shack and the Sam Goody and all that stuff that you put in the background as well. Like I thought that was
Thanks.
like we had, I think Vincenzo's Pizza is mentioned in the script, but like the other stuff, that's what we sort of wanted to say to you. Like, feel free to kind of elaborate on whatever you want, which we try and do with all the artists. We will give an idea, but if someone has a better idea or they want to sort of, we don't want to be, we want this exact thing and that's it. Like, obviously, you're going to an artist because they're an artist and they have like creative tendencies in the first place. So, and they know what they can draw and they know what they can't. So, sort of go with it. So,
I will say of like freelance artwork is kind of the pits. Like it's something I enjoy, and then anytime I get an assignment, I'm like, oh, I don't want to fucking draw. But like, but working with you guys is great because you're very casual. Of like, yeah, kind of do whatever you want, and then I show up and I show you what I got, and then you're like, cool.
The great thing here is the expression on Bumblebee pretty much mimics Mike's when he saw how many lines he had on this issue.
Pretty much. Yeah, as we were corresponding, I was like, oh, well, obviously I'd like to reprise Bumblebee. And then I went through the script. I'm like, oh my God. Well, not only is there a lot of Bumblebee, but there's other Bumblebee. Holy shit. What am I going to do for that?
I think in this issue, Mike, you have about half the lines.
At least.
yes, this is a Bumblebee.
As I said, if you're not down with Mike Seibert, punch out now.
if you hate Bumblebee as well, you might not like this episode, but you'll love the
the
next one.
of this very book.
yeah, but
The whole time I was writing this, I kept telling Greg, I killed Bumblebee on page 2. I killed Bumblebee on page. He's like, you can't do that, dude. He's still around. I'm like, fuck you. I'm killing him.
I said, all right, well, if you get to kill him in this, I get to kill him like 25 times in the next one. And we're like, all right, deal. Yep. Fucking Bumblebee.
Cool. So, like I said, this is Transformers Reanimated issue 13. The title is Mike in the Food Court of Fury.
Mike's Chopping Mall.
Mike's chopping wall.
Mike's Laser
Mike,
Mall,
and
sorry.
Mike in his last appearance, because this will fucking kill him. All right, is everybody ready?
Yep.
As we're going to be.
Yep.
All right, kids. Page 1, panel 1. Exterior. A busy freeway day. From high above, Bumblebee races along the Portland, Oregon freeway, all the while talking with Spike Witwicky. Spike, from inside Bumblebee. Thanks for giving me a lift to the mall today, Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Sure thing, Spike. A weekend drive is just what I needed anyway.
See, I'm already out. Like, fuck this.
Yeah, because, dude, we're heading to Toshi Station. We're going to get those power converters. It's all good.
It's just like, oh, we're just going to hang out. Fuck this. Where's your broken characters?
It's wholesome. Wholesome content is wholesome. Gotta thaw that dark heart of yours.
It's very funny because with this issue, it's like, okay, this is very much a Yoshi script, and the next one is very much a Greg script. Anyway, continue with your wholesomeness.
Yes. Wholesome panel 2. Still from above, now tighter on Bumblebee. Spike.
Damn right.
Spike. Yeah, tell me about it. Bumblebee.
I think with all the changes taking place at the Ark and all this summer heat, it's just nice to spend some time outside. Give my central processor a chance to cool down, you know?
Panel 3, side angle. From Bumblebee's passenger's side, we see Spike talking to the car. Yet his hands are not on the steering wheel as Bumblebee drives himself down the freeway, passing other cars along the way. Spike. Yeah, I mean, now that we have exosuits, I really feel like I'm part of the team. I can really help out. Chip, my dad, Carly, we can all help you and the rest of the Autobots. Bumblebee.
Aw, Spike, you've always been part of the team. Without you and the others, we Autobots would have been lost here on Earth.
Spike. Yeah, I guess so. But I'm glad we still have the exosuits when it comes to the really big stuff.
And now we all have tooth decay from the saccharine sweetness of this exchange so far. It's so adorable.
Yo, fuck you, Ryan. This is wholesome as shit.
I love it.
I think he's complimenting us.
Yes.
It's hard to tell with me.
It's so happy.
Panel 4, interior. Bumblebee's interior. With a slightly different angle inside Bumblebee, we can see Spike blush as Bumblebee's steering wheel turns clockwise. Bumblebee.
Speaking of the really big stuff, why are we going to the mall again?
Spike. Oh, Carly asked me to meet her there for lunch. Bumblebee.
Ah, Carly, huh? Lunch? Sounds like it's getting serious.
B is like, are you going to close the deal or what?
Yeah, you could bang her in the back of a Volkswagen.
Oh, that's terrible.
Somewhere uncomfortable like the back of a Volkswagen. In this case, the Volkswagen is me.
Yep.
Spike. Aw, gee, Bumblebee. I don't know. The mall's a pretty public place. Maybe in your back seat.
It's awfully cramped back there.
I'm just picturing a hollowed out Mike Seibert like in Star Wars and just people humping inside of him.
Oh my God. And I thought I smelled bad on the outside.
It's thoughts like that that keep baseball bats against your front door.
It's true. I'm
All right, I'm back. I'm good. I'm on board now. All right.
Fuck you guys. This is wholesome.
Panel 5, exterior. The mall parking lot, day. From above, again we see Bumblebee, this time parking in the mall's mostly full lot. Bumblebee.
She asked you to the mall for lunch, Spike. I mean, it's technically a date. You gotta fucking close, dude.
Spike. 2 people can go to the mall for lunch and it not be a date. Bumblebee.
Well, I guess you're about to find out for sure. We're here.
Page 2, panel 1, interior, the mall. From inside the mall, Spike looks a little taken back as he enters through the center set of several glass doors. The mall is crowded with throngs of people that are either entering or exiting this hub of commerce, while others are just milling about, and some are carrying bags from stores like KB Toys, Radio Shack, Spencer's, and Sears. Panel 2, Carly enters the scene from the right of frame as Spike smiles in her direction. Carly.
There you are, Spike.
Panel 3. Carly greets Spike with a warm embrace. Carly.
I'm so glad you made it.
Where's your car?
I heard there was going to be a deal closed today. Where's the
What
car?
the fuck?
There's nothing more romantic than a mid-afternoon mall lunch date.
Romp. Panel 4. Carly grabs Spike by the hand and eagerly leads him away. Carly.
Come on, let's get something to eat. I'm starving.
Spike. Whoa! I'm happy to see you too, Carly.
I'm literally starving. I haven't eaten in 7 days.
As Spike fights off a raging erection.
Page 3, Panel 1, Interior, the mall, food court. Now seated opposite each other at a table in the food court, both Carly and Spike are eating slices of cheese pizza. Other people are seated at tables either side of them, while directly behind them a large, natural-looking waterfall extends towards the glass ceiling above. The waterfall is completely blanketed with thick foliage of tropical plants, an impressive centerpiece to the mall and a true sign of the economic times.
I will say I loved that description, and like obviously that's on the cover, but it made me remember. And I don't know, it feels like malls. Well, I mean, they're kind of dying now, but like when I was a kid, there was like foliage everywhere in malls, like literally trees and skylights, and like this kind of fountains and stuff. Like, and that just kind of went away in the 90s. But that's another thing that made me feel very warm and nostalgic, was like just greenery inside.
You pretty much nailed that too on that cover, because when you sent that to us, we were like, that's exactly what it should have been. So it's good, yeah. It's perfect for what's going to happen later.
I'm going to screw this up. Holding her slice of Vincenzo's pizza, Carly looks at Spike. Carly?
So I was thinking, while we're up here, it might be nice to pick up something fun for the Autobots.
Panel 3. Spike sets his pizza down. Spike. Hey, that's a great idea, Carly. Bumblebee is actually right outside, for our date. I bet he'd love a gift. It lets him know we've been thinking about him.
Maybe
Carly.
we could buy him a sponge.
Really?
Panel 4.
She's like, I'm offering it, and you're just talking about a fucking car again.
What are you gonna? And that was my question: is what are you getting for the Autobots at a mall? Like, what is a present?
everything.
What do you get for the? That's
I don't
true.
know.
That's true.
Car stuff.
Everything at Spencer's.
Fuzzy dice.
Blacklight posters. Novelty greeting cards.
Yep.
Fart machine.
It's 1987, so there's all kinds of like classic CD albums as well that have just come out
Yeah.
for Blaster and Jazz.
Panel 4. As Spike converses with Carly, Nails, an older, spike-haired teenager, approaches the table dressed in a patched-sewn black jean jacket with torn-off sleeves, ripped jeans, and a chained wallet. He is truly a symbol of 1980s punk rebellion. Spike. Yeah, how do you think I got here? Nails.
What if it isn't little baby Spiky Wakey? Still having to rely on others to give him rides to the mall?
Panel 5.
I love it.
Angrily. What?
I said I love it. This
Terrible accent.
this teenager has been
That's good.
This teenager's been drinking bourbon and eating cigarettes for 10 years. I don't even go to school.
Panel 5. Angrily, Carly looks up at the rude teenager. Carly.
Hey, that's not nice. Why don't you go be a creep somewhere else?
Spike. Yeah, Nails. Take a hike. Nails.
Oh, big talk. Tell me, Spiky, do you always let your big sister do your fighting for you, or is it just when you're at the mall?
Carly.
I'm not his sister, I'm his girlfriend.
It's canon now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panel 6, low angle, looking up beside Nails, we see the silhouetted shapes of the 3 Insecticons. They have just landed on the mall's glass ceiling with a thud that has caused cracks to form in the glass. Nails.
Oh.
Page 4, panel 1, a splash page. The Insecticons, Kickback, Bombshell, and Shrapnel, all in alt modes, crash through the mall's glass ceiling to land upon the large tropical waterfall centerpiece. Shards of glass tumble and fall to the ground as the Insecticons begin to eat the plants, while Nails, along with other mall patrons, flee in panic. Carly and Spike stand to look up at the Insecticons with surprise. Nails.
Forget this, man. I'm out of here. I'm going to miss Nails, because I think that's his last line.
It is. He had a little bit of Sammy Davis Jr. in there at the end there, too.
I did completely lost the accent totally when I started thinking about it.
He's got deep personal problems, Nails. He needs help.
And a chain on his wallet.
Forget this, man. I'm out of here. It was all fake.
Why don't you put her in charge? Good old Bill Paxton.
Spike. The Insecticons. Carly.
Watch out for the falling glass.
Bombshell. Oh, that's me.
That's you, dude.
This is what we needed. Shrapnel?
Shrapnel.
That's right, Bombshell. Now eat, you two, and restore your energy reserves.
Shit, Ryan, that was pretty
We're
good.
see if I can
Dinobot level again.
Maintain my voice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, I think you left it all out on the field on your first take there.
It's better on the field than in Bumblebee's backseat.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Page 5, panel 1. Exterior. The mall entrance day. A mob of people come pouring out of the mall's exit, screaming and yelling with looks of horror upon their faces. Shopper 1.
Run!
Shopper 2.
Let's get out of here! There you go. Nailed it.
I'm full of chocolate. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Schnell!
I want to go back. I want to go home.
Supposedly, Let's Get Out of Here is in like 60% of movies, is what they say.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And what's the other one? We're not in,
I Love You?
We're not, yeah, I Love You, and We're Not in Kansas Anymore. That's in a lot of movies too. Sorry, at that We've Got Company as well.
Oh.
Because like in nearly every movie, we've got company. No shit.
Panel 2, Interior. Bumblebee's interior. From inside Bumblebee's alt mode, we see out through the passenger window as people continue to flow out from the mall. Bumblebee.
Something's not right. I hope Spike and Carly are okay.
Panel 3, Bumblebee transforms into bop mode and heads over to the mall's entrance. Bumblebee.
Regardless, I better go check out and see what all the fuss is about. See if they got any power converters.
Panel 4, Interior, the mall, food court. Close on Spike and Carly taking shelter beside a soda pop machine, looking up at the 3 Insecticons. Carly.
What are we going to do, Spike? The Insecticons are going to destroy this place.
Spike. I sure wish we had our exosuits right about now. Page 6, Panel 1. The Insecticons continue to crawl around the large tropical plant fixture, talking to one another as they do so. Kickback.
I'm getting tired of Megatron always sending us on reconnaissance missions.
Bombshell. Yeah, without even enough energon for us to get back to base. I'm so sorry.
A little bit of Spike bled in there.
Yeah.
Spike wearing a bombshell suit.
One's down already, boy.
Yeah.
Shrapnel.
Stop wasting precious energy bickering. Eat now, retaliation later.
It's fucking good, dude.
It's fucking.
Thank you.
It's great.
So
I love
good.
it.
For a
I'm
moment,
trying
I forgot
to.
about my crappy bombshell.
It's hard to keep. Like I want to make sure that kickback and shrapnel don't start to blend together.
They aren't totally dissimilar, to be fair. Like on the show,
It's true.
they weren't. Like it was. I think. Yeah, I don't think I'd know the difference if it wasn't for Shrapnel's little, like affectation
Double
that he
take.
does, his repeat thing. Yeah.
Panel 2, two-shot, Bombshell and Shrapnel continue to eat the plants. Bombshell.
How can you say that, Shrapnel? There is not enough plant material here to even get one of us home.
Shrapnel.
Look around, Bombshell. This flesh creature facility is filled with electrical energy. There's plenty here to get us home if you just open your optics. Optics!
Yeah.
I love it.
Panel 3, Kickback joins them. Kickback.
It's true, Bombshell. My sensors detected an abundance of electrical energy as soon as we flew overhead.
Bombshell.
You're right. Look at all the artificial lighting. And the repetitive noise. What is that?
Shrapnel.
I believe the flesh creatures refer to it as music. Music!
I'm gonna have to start breathing in between these because like I'm a little lightheaded.
You got the little, your little dot dots where you can be like,
Jet's over there just doing whippets by himself.
Yes.
Jesus.
Panel 4, close on Bombshell, as Kickback remains nearby. Bombshell.
Music? Blah. Can you imagine being stuck in a Cybertronian space lift listening to this garbage?
Kickback.
Ha! I bet these disgusting creatures enjoy it.
Page 7, Panel 1. With people still running out of the food court, we see Bumblebee dashing up to Spike and Carly, still sheltering beside the soda machine, while looking off panel and trying to understand what is going on. Bumblebee.
Hey guys, what's going on?
you ready for some fucking?
Hey guys.
I just imagine him doing like the hang loose finger and thumbs.
Shaka bra.
He's turning into he's going to turn into Eric Idle and be like, yeah, nudge, nudge, wig, wig, you know. Say no more.
Squeaky, squeaky.
Yeah.
Panel 2, Spike points off panel. Spike. The Insecticons! Bumblebee.
Oh boy, this is pretty bad.
Panel 3, Spike turns to look up at Bumblebee while Carly looks on, worried. Spike. We need to contact Optimus Prime. Bumblebee.
It's no use. By the time Prime and the other Autobots get here, the Insecticons will have destroyed this place.
Carly.
So we're gonna have to take them on ourselves?
Panel 4, close on Bumblebee's serious expression as he lifts his blaster up beside his face. Bumblebee.
I'm afraid so.
That's
Panel
a John
5.
Wayne moment.
When's the last time I fucking used this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Blow the dust out of this thing.
Panel 5, Bumblebee now stands legs apart, pointing his blaster off panel. Carly and Spike can be seen in the background, still hiding behind the soda machine. Bumblebee.
Hey, Insecticons! What's wrong? Doesn't Megatron feed you enough?
You know, we were just talking about that, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
You know, Bumblebee
Oh,
thinks that
well.
that's like the fucking sickest burn ever, too. He'd be like, yeah, I told him.
Hope you guys can recover from that wicked burn.
Yeah.
Go down to the CVS at the end of the mall. Get yourself some burn cream. You're gonna need some ice for that burn, Insecticons.
His tombstone reads, "You're gonna need some ice for that burn." No one was there for the burial. Page 8, panel 1. Close on Bombshell as blaster fire strikes all around him. Bombshell.
What? This? An Autobot?
Panel 2. Close on Shrapnel as he returns fire from his metallic mandibles. Shrapnel.
I will end this nuisance.
Panel 3. Shrapnel's blast strikes the soda machine, creating a small explosion that Carly, Spike, and Bumblebee dive away from. Bumblebee.
Watch out, radioactive man! I mean, look out, guys!
Look out, Fallout boy. Come on.
Was that radioactive man's origin? I don't remember.
They blew up in a bomb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have issue 1.
They dropped a bomb on him. Yeah.
It just made me think about it. Look out, radioactive man!
The goggles do nothing. It burns me.
Panel 4. Spike covers Carly's head with his arm as metal debris and soda cans shower down upon them. Spike. That was close. Lucky he missed. Panel 5. Close on Bumblebee pointing off panel. Bumblebee.
I don't think he missed, Spike. Look!
Page 9, panel 1. On the ground, 3 larger metal chunks that used to be part of the soda machine begin to glow purple as their shapes begin to morph. Bumblebee off panel.
The Insecticons!
Panel 2. The glowing purple pieces finish morphing into perfect copies of Kickback, Bombshell, and Shrapnel. Bumblebee off panel.
Are cloning themselves!
Panel 3. From behind the 3 new Insecticon clones, we see Bumblebee, Spike, and Carly. Bumblebee holds his palms out in front of him in a calming gesture. Spike looks concerned, and Carly sees a fire extinguisher mounted on a wall behind her. Bumblebee.
Come on, guys. Can't we talk this over?
Panel 3. Close on Carly as she yanks the fire extinguisher off the wall and pulls out the safety pin. Carly.
Guys, I've got a plan.
Panel 5. Carly points the nozzle of the fire extinguisher at the Insecticon clones and squeezes the handle, coating them with a white foaming substance.
I was
Nope.
I got distracted
Ryan,
by
no.
the chuckling, but I was gonna say I do like this. I like the Carly with the fire extinguisher and her being as she is
Capable.
actually in the G1 show competent.
Yeah, we try and make sure people understand Carly is like the most competent person in the fucking in the thing. Like, Chip would be, but can't do a lot. But like, yeah, Spike's a useless piece of shit, and Sparkplug's just like, hey, I got a wrench. Yeah, that's about all he does. Because Carly's like, oh fucking, she's John McClane's the shit. She knows what she's doing.
I don't know, man. I didn't see a half dozen episodes of Carly training. I think she's a fucking Mary Sue. I don't know, dude.
Yep, off panel.
Panel 6. The Insecticon clones now appear to be incapacitated as their legs give out and they fall on the floor, sparking out while covered in foam. Carly, Spike, and Bumblebee look relieved. Bumblebee.
I can't believe that worked.
Page 10, panel 1. Spike looks up questioningly at Bumblebee. Spike. Do you think it'll work on the others? Bumblebee.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Go get another extinguisher and wait for my signal.
Panel 2. As Bumblebee runs off, Spike calls out to him. Spike. Wait, Bee, where are you going? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, Bee, what are you going to do?
We're in rewrites now.
Yeah.
Same difference.
She's just fucking
Bumblebee.
Ron Friedmaning the script.
Redacted.
I
Call him Billy now.
I prefer those jokes to the actual reality of my dyslexia. Makes it very hard to fucking read. Yeah. Bumblebee.
No time now, Spike. You two, go get ready. Take off your clothes. Get on your knees.
Holy
Take off your clothes.
This is a sight of Bumblebee.
Get ready.
It's rarely seen.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Food court fury of fucking.
So alliterative.
Human porn usually makes Autobots vomit, but for Bumblebee, it's a weird fetish.
Yeah.
Them pink seats.
Panel 2, as Bumblebee runs... Oh, I read... fuck. Panel 3. Meanwhile, the true Insecticons are still eating up what is left of the plants from the mall's tropical centerpiece. Kickback.
You know, I'm starting to feel better, stronger.
Bombshell.
I as well, Kickback.
Panel 4, close on shrapnel and kickback. Shrapnel.
We are running low on plant matter. We will need more sustenance.
That was just iron lung shrapnel.
And now he's Vader.
I was going to say, should we be concerned? I'm starting to worry for you, buddy.
I'm good.
All right.
Here's your inhaler, shrapnel.
Yep.
Kickback.
Then it is now time to look for other forms of energy inside this concrete jungle.
Panel 5, close on Bumblebee's determined face. Bumblebee.
Not so fast, bug brain.
Sick burn number 2.
Yeah, considering like Bumblebee is also like kind of a bug bee thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bug brain. Fuck you.
It's layers on layers.
That's right. It's all round insects. All insects all the time. Even
Quick, Spike and Carly, call the burn ward. Let them know to have 3 beds ready.
Wow. This is what happens when you invite a radio guy
Yes.
to record.
I'm not embarrassed to say this is actually an app on my phone.
nice. What?
And that's all it does.
Jesus Christ.
What's it called?
I like to think you use that in real life with your wife.
You wouldn't be wrong.
in the Volkswagen.
I unfortunately watched way too much Mystery Science Theater 3000 when I was a teenager, and now I'm incapable of watching anything on television without unrelenting commentary, and my wife fucking hates it.
You must be a nightmare to watch television with.
Oh my god, it's bad. Because those guys were at least funny.
Yeah,
I mean-
they were right. They had writers and they did multiple takes and yeah. So you're
Yep.
just like, that guy's dumb. Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and that comes out for like the high stakes drama too, where like, you know, there'll be some like, you know, thick family drama and like, you know, somebody will like, you know, figuratively drop the hammer and like drop the mic and they'll be all like See, like,
Oh,
give me
your
that.
Poor
Give me
wife.
that. Yeah, I feel bad. Send your letters of condolences to MikeSeibertRadio@gmail.com.
Panel 6, close on shrapnel. Shrapnel.
The Autobot is back. Back.
Page 11, panel 1, close on Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
I think it's time you 3 return to whatever demon swamp you crawled out of. Spike Carly, now!
I like that. That's cute. What you guys did there.
That's good.
See, the fact that you understood that reference, I can die happy in this moment.
That's it.
Yeah, it's if we hadn't been on our podcast reviewing the episodes, I probably would not have got it. But like, because I hadn't watched them in so long. But yeah, that made me all the little references always make me smile.
Good. Then we did our job.
Oh, there's more coming. Worry about that.
Panel 2. Positioned on either side of the food court's tropical centerpiece, Spike and Carly spray their fire extinguishers towards the Insecticons. From between the two humans, Bumblebee heaves a handful more fire extinguishers right at the center of the Insecticons. The impact on the tropical centerpiece causes a loud explosion of white foam to fly everywhere. Bumblebee.
You want seconds? Well, feast on this!
Boom.
Panel 3, surrounded by white foam, all 3 Insecticons now sit haphazardly beneath the tropical centerpiece, semi-submerged within its waterfall's pool basin. Bumblebee, off panel.
Spike, Carly, get back! They may be down, but they're not out.
Hero Bumblebee steps forward. Panel 4. Bumblebee leaps into the shallow pool, diving onto shrapnel. Bumblebee.
Yeah, all big dick energy. Not yet, at least.
He's like, fuck this. This is the only place I could be a hero. Against the fucking Insecticons.
Yeah. Yeah, the only Decepticons that aren't the tapes that are smaller than me.
Oh, I wish Trax was here. He'd just be shitting on Bumblebee constantly.
Panel 5, still in insect mode with his back turned to Bumblebee, Kickback kicks Bumblebee off his ally, Shrapnel, with his grasshopper-like legs. Kickback.
No, you don't, Autobot.
Page 12, Panel 1. Bumblebee is sent flying through the air by Kickback's powerful insectoid legs. Bumblebee.
Whoa!
Thwack.
Joey Lawrence Bumblebee.
Yep.
Yeah, man. He was here with us.
We could probably get him on the show, to be fair.
Panel 2, finally, Bumblebee hits a wall and falls to the ground, leaving several cracks at the site of impact. Bumblebee.
Oof.
Panel 3, dazed. Bumblebee sits up, rubbing his head. Bumblebee.
So, you want to play rough, huh?
Panel 4, Bumblebee picks himself up and runs back towards the Insecticons. Bumblebee.
Okay, you asked for it.
Panel 5, Bombshell transforms into bot mode. Bombshell.
We shall see, Autobot.
Panel 6.
Sounded kind of sexy.
I do want seconds.
No.
Oh, man.
It's like we can
Bumblebee,
Bumblebee,
I'm gonna take you to Pound Town.
we mass shift into tiny little bugs. We can all fit in the back of the Volkswagen.
This is a particularly mature episode.
Burn cream makes me tingle.
We took that wholesome content at the start and we just threw it out the fucking window.
I can't have that.
Nope.
It
Can't have
doesn't.
anybody feeling good without ruining it.
That's right. That's my motto.
It doesn't look like it, Ryan, but Greg and I will read a script to each other more than once. Mm-hmm. And the jokes we make are way worse than what we're doing on this show.
Good. I'm glad to know the creative process.
I wish we recorded those, but we could never release them. Panel 6, as Bumblebee runs towards Bombshell with purpose, he is caught off guard as the Insecticon uses his momentum against him, body slamming him into the pool with a huge splash. Bumblebee.
Ugh!
Page 13, Panel 1. Bumblebee swings his legs around to trip Bombshell as he falls backwards into the shallow water with a crash. Bombshell.
What? No!
Panel 2, Bumblebee stands and turns to look in the direction of Kickback's voice. Kickback off panel.
I am getting tired of your interruptions, Autobot.
Panel 3, Kickback, now in bot mode, uses one hand to grab Bumblebee by the neck. Bumblebee struggles, using his hands to try and free himself from the Decepticon's death grip. Kickback.
It's time you buzz off.
It's a bee reference.
Yes.
I don't know if the hospital ward's got enough room for 2 robots.
No, the masters of witticism here.
Yeah.
Panel 4, with his free hand, Kickback punches Bumblebee across the face with a metal thunk. Bumblebee.
Yeah! Ow! My nose! Cocksucker, punch me right in the nose!
Panel 5. Bumblebee comes crashing down on the side of the basin, his head dangling over the edge. Page 14. Panel 1. Picking up a limp Bumblebee, Shrapnel stares down at the unconscious Autobot as Bombshell speaks over his ally's shoulder. Bombshell.
Let us feast upon him and restore our energy.
That's kind of horrifying, the whole idea of them just eating another Cybertronian. That's terrible. That's gross.
That's only Bumblebee.
Read that Constructicons Rising, man. Mm-hmm. It gets gross with the Insecticons. This is definitely on brand.
Panel 2. Shrapnel turns his head slightly to acknowledge Bombshell. Shrapnel.
No, he is more valuable to us if we turn him into our clones. Clones?
I want to pause every time you do Shrapnel and just say, you have brought a level of credence to what we're doing here, and I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. This is my pretend voice work, so I'm leaving it all on the field, as we said before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, make sure you save this for your demo reel.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be on my IMDb.
Panel 3. Bombshell agrees as the tips of Shrapnel's metallic mandibles begin to glow above his head. Bombshell.
Ah, yes, Shrapnel. You are correct.
Panel 4. Just as Shrapnel fires his electronic clone beams, two streams of white extinguisher foam blast Shrapnel and Bumblebee, causing both Transformers to become blanketed in vivid purple electricity. Shrapnel.
Ah!
Bumblebee.
Ah!
Panel 5. Bird's Eye View. Bumblebee and Shrapnel fall back into the pool while Bombshell points in the direction of Carly and Spike, both standing near the pool with fire extinguishers aimed toward Shrapnel. Kickback starts running toward the humans. Bombshell.
It's the humans again.
Page 15, Panel 1. Kickback leaps into the air and transforms into his Grasshopper alt mode, landing on top of Carly to knock her over. Carly.
Ah! It's terrible. Let me take that one more time. Ah!
Do you want crappy one take number 1 or crappy take number 2 you want me to
Ah!
I'm lost in a cave.
I can't really scream in a girl voice like, ah!
You need a... Where's your app for that, Mike?
You
You don't have a woman screaming app? No?
Arrest that man who made that app.
I was gonna say, I visit Pornhub through the browser like an adult. I don't have an app for that. Incognito mode. Safe search is your friend.
Incognito.
They called me Guy Incognito. Wiggles fingers. Homer, who is Homer?
Panel 2, low angle, over Carly's shoulder, looking past Carly's face and her supine position, Kickback appears on top of her. Kickback.
I don't generally eat humans, but in your case...
His drool falls from his face onto her.
Ugh.
Yeah, right? It just adds a whole nother level. Panel 3. From the same point of view, we see the butt end of a red fire extinguisher slam into the side of Kickback's face. Kickback.
I'll make an acceptor. Ugh.
Panel 4. Kickback has been knocked onto his back. Meanwhile, Spike lifts Carly to her feet with one hand, while still holding the fire extinguisher with the other. Together, they run away from the Insecticons. Carly.
Spike!
Spike. Come on! Let's move it! Move it, let's move it.
Not to move it.
That's the music playing
No,
through the
sir,
mall.
I do not like to move it.
That's the music being
We don't
played
do
through the
that
mall,
here.
and Spike just heard it, and it's like, oh, that's something.
You know,
cool,
Carly, I was going to
say.
pick up that album for you for Christmas, but never mind.
Yeah.
Panel 5. Close on Spike and Carly, dodging blaster fire. Carly.
What now, Spike?
Spike. Run! Page 16, panel 1. Bombshell fires from his hand blaster at his off-panel target. Bombshell.
Human germs? This is costing us even more energy than we have eaten.
Panel 2.
Your shit's getting better as we go.
Yeah,
It's pretty
that was
good.
I'm
good.
literally
I like it.
trying to copy fucking Ryan's hum when he talks.
I like it.
Panel 2. Did somebody just unzip?
What was that? What was that?
That was me, but not in the way. Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's getting juicy.
Mute your fucking mic, dude.
I have a little lunchbox thermos thing down here with my gin in it and a shaker. And
It's like he said human germs.
that out, and I forgot to hit the mute.
That is the most complex explanation for somebody who uses a fleshlight I've ever heard.
Human,
I've got
I was
a
going
bunch
to say,
of
I'd
them.
have just copped to it.
human,
I
human
have a
germs
whole
is the
list
trigger
of,
term for Ryan.
I mean,
So
You know,
since
if
you
you're
do
caught
a
on
lot of
Zoom.
podcasts, when you do a lot
Yeah.
of podcasts, Ryan, next time you unzip, drop something heavy on the floor.
Thunk.
It can breathe now. Okay. Panel 2. Bombshell looks down as an energy shot from off panel dislodges the blaster from his hand. Bombshell. Huh? Panel 3. Close on Bumblebee as he holds down shrapnel in the pool with his foot while pointing his blaster at the reader. Bumblebee.
Well, maybe it's time you and your fellow Insecta scum leave
yep.
and head out to the burn ward. Get some burn cream from the Rite Aid.
You just entered the zing zone.
Panel 4.
It's awful.
Kickback, now in bot mode, sits up from the ground to rub his head. Kickback.
It's not worth it. Bombshell. Let's flee, as the Autobot says. We can always find another place to feast on.
Panel 5. Bumblebee tosses a dazed and dripping wet shrapnel toward the front of frame like a sack of potatoes. Bumblebee.
That's a good idea. And don't forget to take this one with you. He forgot to wait an hour after eating before going swimming.
That's fun. Bumblebee has picked up a bunch of human stuff as well. I hear this is something that plagues them.
It's like he's trying his best with words and puns to forget about the fact he's on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Page 17, panel 1. From behind, Bombshell and Kickback support and carry shrapnel from either side. Bombshell.
Help me carry shrapnel to safety, Kickback.
Panel 2. Bombshell and Kickback leap into the air carrying shrapnel. Kickback.
Yes, but let's keep today's events to ourselves. Megatron need not know.
Panel 3. The Insecticons take off to fly through the broken glass ceiling and disappear into the clouds. Panel 4. Bumblebee sits back down on the edge of the pool's basin, rubbing his head. Bumblebee.
Ow.
Ow. You sounded like a cat.
Panel 5. Spike and Carly run up to Bumblebee. Spike. Hey, Bumblebee. Page 18, panel 1. Spike and Carly are now standing next to a seated Bumblebee. Spike. Are you okay, buddy? Bumblebee.
Yeah, I think so.
Panel 2. Close on Carly's face. Carly.
Are you sure? It looked like you got hit with the Insecticon's electronic beam. No. Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Here we go. Take 3. Are you sure? It looked like you got hit with the Insecticon's electronic clone beam.
Panel 3. Back on Bumblebee's face, still rubbing his head. Bumblebee.
Oh, I got hit with it all right. Somehow, I think, the foam from your extinguishers protected me.
Panel 4. Spike touches Bumblebee's arm with concern. Spike. Are you sure, Bee? Panel 5. Bumblebee stands up before Carly and Spike. Bumblebee.
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you two? Still don't think you're useful without your exosuit, Spike?
Panel 6. Close up on Spike laughing with his hand in his hair in realization. Spike. I guess we were pretty helpful, huh? Page 19.
More than others.
Page 19, panel 1. Bumblebee stands with Carly and Spike. Bumblebee.
You sure were. I would have been nothing more than Insecticon lunch if it weren't for the two of you. Thanks.
Spike. Don't mention it, pal. Carly.
Anything for the Autobots.
Anything you say? Panel 2.
She wants that auto dong, dude.
Oh, God.
All about the nucky. Autobot nucky.
Panel 2. Bumblebee leads the way to the mall exit. Carly.
But really, Bumblebee, what did it feel like getting zapped by Shrapnel's cloning beam?
Spike. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's into CSI.
Okay.
Panel 3. Exterior, the mall parking lot day. Spike, Carly, and Bumblebee walk out of the mall and into the sunlight. Bumblebee.
You know, it's funny.
Panel 4. Bumblebee transforms into his Volkswagen alt mode near the street curb. Bumblebee.
It was like an intense vibration.
Like a Sebian.
Carly goes back chasing the Insecticons.
Spike and Carly each enter Bumblebee's car mode on the passenger and driver's sides. Bumblebee.
With a splitting headache.
Panel 6. Bumblebee drives out of the parking lot. Bumblebee.
Almost like being in two places at once.
Page 20, panel 1. Interior, the mall food court. Wide shot. Now empty, the food court remains still despite the damage caused by the recent commotion. What remains of the tropical plant centerpiece hangs loosely beside the waterfall display as fire extinguisher foam litters its pool basin and the still water within. Panel 2. Close on the pool, the water begins to stir while bubbles rise to the surface. Panel 3. What appears to be another Bumblebee sits up out of the pool, his expression one of disorientation. His mindset uncertain. Other Bumblebee.
Huh? What happened?
Panel 4. From behind, the other Bumblebee now stands free of the pool, surveying his food court surroundings. Other Bumblebee.
Spike? Carly? Where are you guys?
Panel 5. Close on the other Bumblebee's face, as his expression becomes blank and his eyes flash with an eerie green glow. Sparks also dazzle around his horns. Other Bumblebee.
Man, somebody else has to use this microphone after me too. I'm gonna clean that shit up.
It's like Fry after drinking too much Slurm.
Yeah.
Panel 6, even closer on the other Bumblebee's face. It has now returned to normal, complete with Autobot blue eyes and innocent expression. Other Bumblebee.
Guys?
The end.
I did like, in keeping with the show, no human authorities ever show up.
No. They just ran away.
Right.
Like, well,
You're
Okay.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Cut print.
yeah, they just let him.
I want to start by thanking you guys for bringing this issue to life. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you all coming together with us. Thank you. Mike, sir,
Yes.
how can people find you? What are you up to? Let's give the people something else to listen to after this.
All right, very good. Well, you can listen to my podcast, Mike Sebiert Radio. You can find that on pretty much any podcast platform that you prefer, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, all of those. You can also find my full show archive out on SoundCloud. I am indeed a SoundCloud rapper. There are 5 years worth of podcasts out there going all the way back to my college radio holidays. And in fact, Mike Sebiert Radio just recently celebrated episode number 300 with a special episode. We were talking about it earlier, talking about AC/DC, my first favorite band. I kind of get introspective and kind of talk about, how I got into them, what their music means to me, and do a top 10 list of my favorite songs, and I review their brand new album Power Up as well. That's a really fun episode. But also while we're here and I'm in plug land, I want to talk about something that's really cool that I'm a part of with a small group of other Transformers fans called Iacon Online, where all are one. It's a brand new online streaming fan convention coming up January 30th and 31st. It is a not-for-profit, fan-organized, fan-run online event celebrating all things Transformers. It is a fan convention, and by that, I mean it is by fans, for fans, and without fan content, we got no content. So we are now accepting submissions for panelists, cosplayers, and Artist Alley. And if you want more information about that, you can follow Iacon Online on pretty much every social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. All of those handles are at Iacon Online, just like the titular city of Transformers lore. And then there's a handy website full of frequently asked questions and other cool stuff. All of that is at iacononline.wordpress.com. And again, you can follow me on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I think that's all I'm on, at Mike Sebiert Radio. And the spelling on that is Seibert, just the way it sounds. Thanks for having me.
That sounds hella cool. Is Iacon's game plan that after people start wearing masks and the Rona is gone, that they'll switch to a physical presence?
It is an idea that we're kicking around. We're kind of taking the approach of let's do one and see how that goes. And I gotta tell you, we've got some really exciting fan artists that have already submitted for Artist Alley. We put a cap of 30, and we're pretty darn close to that already. We're still taking submissions, I believe, through. I think we were doing it through December 19th, but I think we're extending that. So not sure when this is going to drop, but and we've got a whole bunch of really cool, unique fan panel submissions. Like I know a lot of folks were kind of disappointed with TFCon Online and them kind of presenting a bunch of reheated but still really cool panels and stuff from the past. But yeah, it's all brand new material and it's all made and curated by fans. But yeah, you're right, Yoshi. There's we're in the early talks about this potentially being a physical convention once we can all get together again, because we've seen in various parts of the country that the Transformers fan base is enough that it's one more convention doesn't hurt anybody. It would seem it's an endless space.
That's awesome. You guys sound like you're really using this pandemic time to your advantage. I think that's great.
Absolutely. We're super excited about it. So again, that is Iacon Online, where all are one. And the reason why we do that is because there is definitely a focus on inclusion and diversity of different types of fan content. So it's like if you feel like the walls are too high to get your fan content into other Transformers fan conventions, hit us up, because one of the other things that we're trying to do also is kind of help folks realize ideas. Like we've already had like a couple panelists come to us and say like, well, I've got a scrap of an idea, but I don't have it fully fleshed out. So we're working with some of those fans to, help it become like a fully realized presentation thing. It's going to be a mixture of live and pre-recorded content, and there's going to be tons of Discord activity as well. And yeah, like I said, it's going to be a ton of fun.
Okay. Are you still doing your, was it your Friday live streams?
Monday night, yes. The after hours live stream for Mike Sebiert Radio is still a thing that happens. I do it Monday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and I stream that simultaneously on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. And that's become a really fun sideshow in that it's come from when I don't have pre-planned episodes or pre-taped out interviews. Like, I talk to a lot of independent artists and other independent creators, and there are some times that I don't have anything for that particular week, so then I just jump on a Monday night after I get off work. That's why I call it the After Hours live stream. And yeah, we just kind of talk about stuff. I do a little bit of show and tell, kind of show off some of the toys and goodness that have been coming in the mail lately. And yeah, just kind of talking about stuff and things that are on my mind, kind of similar to my old Monday night radio show back during the KGRG days. It's really open, and since the streaming platform I used called Restream, it collates the comments from all of the different platforms I'm streaming on. So I've got folks commenting from the different platforms, and yeah, it just it kind of becomes kind of audience driven after a while with different questions from folks, and we just recently did one of those same live streams with some of the other fan content creators involved in Iacon Online, and yeah, the hilarity ensued, and we got into a whole bunch of different topics that are kind of outside of my usual space. Like, we're talking about like shipping and fan fiction, and the stuff where, well, not all that dissimilar to what we're doing here with Transformers Reanimated, but pushed even further, when there's like robots holding hands and being wholesome and occasionally kissing. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Even as a grouchy old man, I have for some reason I have a high tolerance for robot smooching. I don't know why. I think I'm just getting soft in my old age.
All right, we'll put links to everything in the show notes. Ryan.
Yes.
What's going on with you? How do we hear more of your sexy voice? How do we commission artwork from you? How do we supply you with more than one baseball bat so all your doors are covered?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, I do a podcast with my friend Aaron and my friend Caleb, Autopod Decepticast. Our website is autopoddecepticast.com, and we are at APodDcast on all the things. We're mainly interactive on Twitter, and I am, if you want to maybe see if you want to make me infuriated to make money at my art skills, you can find me on Twitter at RyanJet2, the number 2, which is just so terrible of a name that I picked whenever I had to form a Twitter account for an online class. Yeah, you can get me there. Our podcast is we started out doing a minute by minute episode of Transformers the movie. Every episode of our podcast was a minute of the movie, and then after that was over, we did 10 minutes at a time of G.I. Joe the movie, and then now we are into G1 episodes. We are into season 2. We just are today, actually, December 6th, we just released episode number 142, which was Megatron's Master Plan Part 2. And if you do at all enjoy any of my voices, on December 20th, we'll be releasing episode 143, which is a Desertion of the Dinobots Part 1. And it's our holiday episode, and I get to do, a bunch of really fun voices for some... We not the skits we do in that one. You always like to bring like a little fun to the party for our holiday episodes. So check that out. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very cool, sir. Mr. Greg, do you have anything you want to pimp while we're here?
No, just the usual Unfunny Nerd Tangent, the podcast that I run. Ryan and Mike and yourself have been on from time to time. Yeah, we just talk about movies and things like that. We recently did a Gremlins episode, and yeah, we're looking at the movie that finally came out, New Mutants, which is interesting to say the least. So yeah, that's probably what we'll be looking at in the following weeks.
Awesome.
Gremlins and Gremlins 2 also enjoyed because there are major parts of that take place in commercial spaces.
Yeah. Lots of foliage.
Yes.
Well, that'll do it for the reading of issue 13. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this podcast, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.